Hello, folks. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. All right. Bidenomics is really just a ploy to destroy American energy. All right? That's a headline from an op-ed piece by Jason Isaac from a leading Texas think tank. That's up on Fox Business Digital. It's about Joe Biden's day one war against fossil fuels. It's also about Uncle Joe's top-down Bidenomics, spending literally trillions of dollars of handouts to favored woke companies, a million Democratic interest groups, blue states, blue cities, ESGs, and all the rest of the liberal left climate industrial complex. There it is. This is quintessential big government socialist central planning using the regulatory state to jam down our throats all kinds of dictums and decisions that we don't want. Of course, the best examples are these Biden attacks on appliances, gas stoves, hot water heaters, air conditioners, coal-fired pizza, microwaves, ceiling fans. I don't like cold showers, and the rest of the long list that I've mentioned so many times before. People don't want this. They don't want to lose their creature comforts or have to pay huge costs to replace existing appliances with new Biden contraptions. That's why a recent WAPO poll shows 57% disapprove of Biden's climate policies. Only 40% approve. People want to drive gasoline-powered cars. Okay, now, here's a headline. As Ford loses billions on EVs, the company embraces hybrids. There you go. Just like brave Mr. Akio Toyota, who was trashed by climate lefties for favoring hybrids rather than 100% EVs. Whoops. Ford Motor Company now following his lead. Why is this? Because consumers don't want 100% EVs. And the crazy people in the Biden administration now want 66 miles per gallon by 2032. That's up from 44 presently. That would essentially ban gas-powered cars. But wait a minute. There's no congressional law to support this revolutionary move. Henry Ford is turning over in his grave. Trust me, this is nutty stuff. Another headline from the Wall Street Journal. Quote, wind industry in crisis as problems mount. Subhead, more than $30 billion in spending is delayed as setbacks pile up for renewable energy sector. Know why? Because wind power is not reliable. But none of the Biden geniuses ever figured that out. Now, here's another one. New York City, about to embark on something called congestion pricing, which is easily among the top 3 stupidest things that the left-wing governor and legislature have passed. Now, this has been partially sold as a climate matter to keep cars out of New York City. Trouble is, right now, New Yorkers don't care about the climate. And by the way, there is no congestion. That's the problem. In fact, the bigger problem here is there are no people in the office buildings. They're half empty. Hence, the New York City economic slump deepens, and congestion pricing, which is very expensive, is going to kill commerce. I mean, kill it. Here's another problem. While Saudi Arabia and Russia are cutting oil production, the U.S. stands by helplessly. Gasoline prices, once again, moving back towards $4 a barrel. Oil in the open market, $80 again. We are at their mercy. Throw in Venezuela, too. Oh, and did I forget Iran? You know how to beat high oil prices and high gas prices? It's easy. Produce more. We are about 3 million barrels per day lower in production than we should be. That, according to the Energy Department a couple of years back. Trump said, drill, baby, drill. Biden says, I hate fossil fuels. One last point. The best thing Biden could do is to reclassify and declare natural gas to be a clean-burning fuel, as worthy as any renewable. You know, Europe has already done this. Their greenies are smarter than our greenies. This, by the way, would reduce electricity prices that, incidentally, have gone up 20% since Biden was inaugurated. Gasoline up 43%, overall energy up 33%. You know what this does? Kills commerce, kills truckers, kills middle-class working folks. By the way, reclassifying natural gas should be accompanied by a gigantic promotion of liquefied natural gas, or LNG, which can be used at home and exported around the world. And as former Energy Secretary Rick Perry has often said, that would reduce carbon emissions in places like China and India if we sold it to them. Not to speak of good paying jobs here at home. The U.S. has been the lead in carbon reduction over the last 20 years, by far more than any country in the world, because folks have switched to natural gas. But Joe Biden does not get this. Tragic story, don't you think? And that's my riff.